Good morning, Wise Tribe. Hello and welcome to day 5 of SSEW's Eco Week. Now, I'm really excited today to tell you about a new product which will help you to grow your own freshest produce in your home. This is a new system. It's a brainchild, and I'm here in the founder's home to find out all about it. And I just want to show this to you first because I've put these on especially today to get you into the growing with love mood. So what we're going to do is have a little look at who lives in a house like this. Who remembers that? I'm in Sentosa. I'm in the home of Mathew Howe, who is the founder of Grobrix.
Hi there.
Hi, Mathew. Let's have a little look at what the Grobrix system looks like. Sleek, sexy, beautiful. Who wouldn't want that in their dining area, in their living room? You can have it in the playroom. You can have it anywhere in your home because it is meant to be loud and proud, on display, front and center. This is not something that you want to hide away on your balcony. This is not something that you want to tuck away in a corner. This is a talking point, and it is so easy to set up, so easy to put in any part of your home, that this is something that you're going to want to have out and about for the kids to talk about, for guests to talk about, so you can pluck your fresh herbs, pluck your fresh vegetables as and when you're cooking and eating from literally a metre away to your table. So we've got some Mizuna here, we've got some carrot microgreens, wow, don't they look good? Some romaine lettuce, curly kale, we've also got some delicious rosemary, some little tomatoes, some basil, and
More tomatoes.
more tomatoes. Oh yeah, more tomatoes, there you go. Fresh. Awesome. Right, Mathew,
Hi there.
can you tell us a little bit about what Grobrix actually is?
From a product perspective, I guess the key design idea is let's try and merge the ideas of green wool, which are popular throughout communities, and the functionalities of a hydroponic system. So in essence, this is something that you would have in your room, in your dining room, to allow you and your family to essentially grow fresh, healthy produce and be farm to table in meters and minutes, rather than what can be days, often weeks, with produce that you get from the supermarket.
I love that. It's just right there, literally. You see it growing, you decide what you want to make. You just grab it from the wall and into the pan or into your salad. I mean, the kids can literally do it for you, right? It's super simple. And it really illustrates the point of where food comes from.
Yes.
It is not made in a supermarket, wrapped in plastic and delivered to your home. It is real, grown, right in front of your eyes, right? But I don't see any soil. So how does it work?
Yeah, so essentially this is soilless farming or hydroponics. There is a reservoir in the base that has the plant nutrients.
Look at that base there.
It's down here.
Yep.
And water and nutrients are essentially pumped to the top, and then it trickles down in an elaborate fountain, shall we say, and runs for a minute every hour and gives the plants all of the water and all of the nutrients that they need. So no soil, no mess, no weeding, obviously no pesticides, grown fresh in your own home.
But you don't see any of that water. It's all sort of trickles through inside, behind the plants themselves, right? So how noisy is it?
It's a slight hum of a motor or a pump, and then there's what I've been told is quite a pleasant trickling sound.
But that's intermittent, right? Just when the pump's working, it's not constant all the way through. Cool. So I have to say, it looks amazing. How did you come up with the design? You made this yourself? You designed it yourself?
Yep, so it was designed here in this apartment, and it's going to be, the production has started, and we'll deliver product in May. I guess the design idea was, let's take a piece of furniture or something that looks a bit like a piece of furniture, so that people are happy or comfortable with having the product in their living space, and then figure out how to grow plants on it afterwards. So I guess the design inspiration for this was, you know, a shelving unit or maybe some picture frames. And I like the idea of essentially framing the plants and then lighting them up in the same way that, you know, paintings are in an art gallery.
I love that idea.
For an aesthetic which I feel is unique, and I don't think there's not much out there at the moment which is similar to this. It's essentially an edible green wall that's modular. So one of the key design aspects is you can start small with 1 or 2, 3 modules. You can extend up as your appetite for healthy, fresh produce grows. And then if you get really keen, you can put 2 next to each other. It's kind of like Lego for farming.
That's incredible. I love that idea, that it's flexible, it's modular. You don't have to have, make a big kind of statement with it if you don't want. You can start small, see how it goes, and you can add, as you said, as your appetite grows, as you figure out how the system works, what kinds of things you want, how it fits into your family life. So tell us a little bit about what you can grow on here. Is it just food? Can you have other, pretty flowers and pretty plants? Can the kids choose whatever they want to make? Or is it really focus on food?
So I think the initial focus was primarily edibles, so leafy greens, certain fruiting crop and herbs like rosemary, but there's no reason why you couldn't do edible flowers or even non-edible flowers. If you wish to have a floral display, there's no reason why that wouldn't work. It's just not what I'm doing with it.
What did you start growing?
Basil essentially. I mean, this journey for me started with basil because there was a time when both of my girls basically just wanted to eat pesto pasta for lunch every day. It became very hard to source in the quantities that we needed.
It became a problem.
So we started growing it on the balcony with soil, I guess the same way that most people start. One thing led to another, and then a few months ago I decided to quit my job and go on a journey to encourage, educate and empower urban communities to grow their own food, lead more sustainable, self-sufficient, healthier lives, and from that derive some satisfaction and happiness.
Brilliant, I absolutely love that. So now that you've got your prototype and it's looking fabulous and it's in production, as you said, the first units are going to be delivered in May. What are you doing with it now? How do you see Grobrix growing? Who can use it?
So the idea is to get this out not only into homes, but also into the commercial space. I'd love to see this in corporate offices, in restaurants, in schools, in hotels, maybe even hospitals, and basically figure out where this works, test out the product, and then also try and wrap some sort of after-purchase support system in place. Because, for those that don't necessarily have the time or the desire to maintain it afterwards. So that's a service that we're also looking to provide. We're going to be partnering with other companies here in Singapore, for example, Edible Garden City. So Edible Garden City
brilliant.
are going to be growing the seedlings. So getting from seed to seedling is basically, should we say, the hardest part. And then part of this pilot is to test this concept of a personal urban farmer, where we will then basically be delivering these seedlings out to the system, and then let you, the home grower, essentially take the plant from seedling to harvest over the space of literally 4 or 5 weeks.
Wow, Matthew, you're literally talking to me right there, because I completely agree with you. Going from seed into a little seedling, that first little bit of success that's so encouraging, is really, really difficult. Once it's seedling and you kind of get an idea for the rhythm and how to care for it and what it likes and how to make it thrive, then it's kind of a relatively easy process just to let it grow, really. You just give it a little bit more love. But that seed, it's I get anxiety. It's like, why isn't it growing? Am I doing something wrong? What's happening here? So it's really great to see that you've got a system in place, a service where you can help to bring the seedlings so they're already on their way. And how great, to have your hand held. So apart from Edible Gardens City, who are partnering with you to sort out the seedlings, who else are you working with?
Yeah, so we're now working with one of the local universities. So we've moved the systems in to basically optimise the system further, to start working with academics. We are going to develop our own organic nutrient solution to make this a greener, cleaner solution, and also biodegradable plant plugs.
Wow.
So which can essentially be thrown on a compost heap and won't end up in a landfill. So Grobrix is all about the environment being clean and being green, and we want to essentially do this in the most sustainable way.
And the most effective way, right? I mean, that's why you're producing your own, what did you call it? The organic nutrient system.
Yes. So we'd like to explore the ideas of not moving away from chemical fertilizer and towards plant-based nutrient solutions.
Yeah.
Which to all intents and purposes kind of make the produce organic.
Yeah, super clean, super green.
Yep.
And so how long does it take, with these super green nutrients and hydroponic techniques, how long does it take for the produce to grow typically? Is it the same as in soil? Is it faster? Is it slower?
Hydroponics is faster. And there's a few reasons for this. Basically, you're able to give the plants all the nutrients they need in the exactly right quantities. You're also able you're actually much more able to control the pH of the nutrient solution. And also, as you can see, the roots are exposed to air, which also makes the plants grow faster. So it's up to about 3 times faster.
Wow.
So that means you can go from here to here in the space of 4 weeks, and that's not going to happen in soil.
Wow, awesome. That's really quite fast. So if people want to get on board, if they want to find out about having a system like this, maybe it's 2 modules, maybe it's 3 modules, maybe it's more, how are you going to bring Grobrix to the people?
So the plan is that in May we'll have product. So the product is going to be made here in Singapore, which is something we're very proud to do. And the idea is that we will then pilot the product in homes, in some restaurants, in some offices, and optimise logistics and supply chains, and basically try and establish this product service market fit. Okay. And I'm currently looking for a few more homes to come on board and essentially sign up. In essence, it's going to be all materials at cost, and you get my time for free.
Wow, so it's actually heavily discounted from a sort of, your cost, your retail price.
Yeah, it's going to be a few $100s cheaper than what it will eventually retail at.
Right.
And for me, it's a learning experience, and I'm looking for brand ambassadors, people that can essentially help me shape the future of the company, of the product.
Yep.
Help me design, should we say, the seedling menu going forwards. And there may even be an opportunity to help me choose the colour palettes of the system going forward. So this is black and white here, but there's no reason why it can't be brown,
Yeah, whatever can fit into your home. So you're looking for feedback, people to help you to grow the business, grow the idea, figure out the best way to bring people what they want.
Yes.
So it's a pilot scheme, heavily discounted, starting in May.
End of May, we will have products, and it will come with full delivery service from me.
Yes, the man with the van, Mathew, the man with the van.
And then I imagine every 2 weeks I will stop in, I'll bring you fresh seedlings, and then we can have a chat about your experiences, what you like, what you don't like, and hopefully over the course of a few months the product can be optimised.
So the pilot will last how long? 6 months? Is that right?
Yeah.
6 months, and you'll come with your personalised service every fortnight.
That's the plan.
To your doorstep, to have a little look, put things under a microscope. No judgment as to whether it's working or not. It's just to help you along, to see, you know, if your settings are right, if you're going about things the right way, to help you along your journey of growing at home. So essentially the system is, you'll come along with these seedlings like this, and then you pop them in at the bottom, is that right?
Yeah, so what we're trying to show here is, well, we'd like to work with you to figure out, should we say, something of a crop rotation program. So rather than growing lots of kale and then having too much that you don't know what to do with, you end up giving it away.
Yeah.
The idea is to make plant drops or seedling drops at the right time, so that every 2 weeks you get 2 new plants, and then you start harvesting from up here. And then over time you move the plants up, new plants come in, so you've essentially got this ongoing supply of fresh produce that you can use, whether you want to just break up a few leaves and have them on some noodles, or you want to make a big family salad.
Yeah, I love that idea that it's super visual, that you can go from the very bottom, from when it's a tiny, tiny seedling, especially for kids. You can see it grow up the wall, if you like, and the ones that are at the top are ready for harvesting. It's a super easy way to illustrate to children and families the kind of growing cycle.
Yep.
Fantastic idea. So how can people get on board? How can we get hold of you?
Sure, I mean, I think please go to the website, www.grobrix.com. My email is there. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. You can reach out to us there.
And aside from Grobrix, I know you're so enthusiastic just about getting this kind of word out about growing your own and how people can get into growing. You do workshops as well, right? Are they here in your home?
Yes. So every Saturday I basically open up the house to 8 people, exactly 8 people, and people come in and I'll do like a half an hour talk, shall we say, on soilless farming. What's possible, you know, what makes it attractive and appealing for urban environments, and then I bake some bread, I make some pesto, and I make coffee, and people can stick around for as long as they like.
Wow, that sounds delicious. I'm up for the pesto and the bread. Thank you very much, Mathew. I am really interested to see how this develops, and I really want to see them everywhere in Singapore. I think in Singapore, where obviously we're kind of land poor, we don't have the luxury of having farms and farms, you know, for miles and miles to have fresh produce. I think it's a great idea, a great way to have fresh produce in people's homes at their fingertips, in schools, in offices, in F&B establishments. Can you imagine going to a bar and picking off the garnish and it being served straight away? I just think it's fantastic. Thank you very much for bringing this to us today.
Thank you very much.
So I just want to tell you all about Eco Week, and this is our final day today, day 5. So it's one of your last chances to enter into our competition for a 1-night, 2-day stay at Park Royal on Pickering, one of Singapore's first eco hotels. All you need to do is comment on the post today, or tomorrow, and on Sunday you'll get one last chance. I'm going to be telling you a bit more about it. There's also a whole host of eco goodies from our partners to the value of over $1,000. There are so many fab eco-conscious prizes. You do not want to miss this. Please comment below and you'll be entered into our prize draw. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been lovely to learn about this new endeavour, and have a great day, everyone. Thank you for joining us for SSEW Eco Week. See you soon. Bye.